Listen, just listen for a moment before life starts pulling you in 100 directions again. Take this moment for yourself because what I'm about to tell you might be the most important message you need for your growth, your transformation, your success. Because there comes a moment in every person's life, a moment that comes quietly, almost unnoticed, like a whisper that suddenly becomes a scream inside you. A moment when you finally understand the truth so sharp, so undeniable, that it cuts through every excuse you've ever held on to. No one is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not your partner, not your boss. No one. Too many people sit in their lives waiting for a better moment, waiting for someone to show up, waiting for someone to believe in them, support them, motivate them, and push them. Listen, no one is coming. And this is not meant to scare you. It is meant to wake you up, to pull you out of the fog of waiting, hoping, wishing, and postponing your life. It's meant to remind you that every dream you're holding, every goal you've written, every purpose burning quietly in your chest is your responsibility, yours alone. Here's a brief story about two colleagues, Todd and Stanley. Both of them lost their jobs unexpectedly. Bills were waiting, rent was due. Responsibilities were knocking like angry fists on the door. Their stomachs tightened, their minds raced. Their hearts were heavy. Pressure came, fear came. Silence became loud, but this was the moment where their paths began to separate. Todd used to tell himself things like, something will come up, someone will help, maybe next week will be better. This is temporary. I just need time. So he sat. He scrolled endlessly. He complained softly. He prayed loudly. He slept late. He woke later. He kept waiting for life to fix itself. And while he waited, days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. His confidence slowly died. His spark faded. His dreams shrank until they barely felt real anymore. And eventually, Todd stopped trying. Not because he didn't want more, but because waiting had drained him. Because waiting wasn't harmless. Waiting wasn't neutral. Waiting quietly killed his potential, piece by piece, day by day, without making a sound. And Stanley, same pain, same fear, same pressure, but a different decision. He woke up the next day and said, I don't know what to do, but doing nothing is not an option. So he started applying for jobs. He learned one new skill. He knocked on doors. He made calls even with a shaking voice. He took small steps. Sometimes he cried while working. Sometimes he failed. Sometimes he wanted to quit, but he kept going. Weeks passed. Opportunities didn't come easily, but eventually, a door opened, not because life favored him, not because he was special, but because he moved and life responds to movement. Now, months later, their lives looked completely different. Todd was still stuck, still waiting, still hoping someone would fix things. Stanley had rebuilt himself, not perfectly, not instantly, but surely, same struggle, different choices, different outcomes. That's the power of personal responsibility. Now, when I say no one is coming to save you, and that is not an attack, it's not a threat, it's not a punishment, it's an awakening. Because the moment you stop waiting for life to get easier and decide to get stronger, everything shifts. And that is where your true journey begins. You can wait, you can hope, you can pray until your tears dry and your voice becomes a whisper, but nothing in your life will shift until you shift. Most people don't stay stuck because they lack potential. No, most people stay stuck because they are quietly, unknowingly, waiting for life to fix itself, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for motivation to strike, waiting for fear to disappear, waiting for clarity to fall from the sky, waiting for the right time, as if life rewards those who hesitate. But the truth is simple and uncomfortable. Waiting is not harmless. Waiting is a silent killer. Every day you wait, a piece of your courage dies. Every week you delay, your belief weakens. Every month you postpone, your dream grows colder. Life doesn't pause while you gain confidence. Time does not stop while you figure things out. The world does not freeze in place because you are scared. Time moves. Life moves. Opportunities move. And if you're not moving with them, you are losing them. People think they're being patient, but often they are hiding. They are hesitating. They're hoping the responsibility will disappear if they stare at the ceiling long enough. But it won't. That heavy feeling in your chest, that quiet restlessness that won't leave you alone, that sense that you're meant for more, it doesn't go away with waiting. It grows heavier, louder, more painful, because deep down, you know you're not stuck because your dream is impossible. You're stuck because you've been postponing the moment you choose yourself. And nobody tells you this truth early enough. Inaction is a decision. A powerful one, a dangerous one. Doing nothing is still doing something, and doing nothing always leads to regret. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need all the answers. You don't need everyone to understand. You don't need to feel ready, because readiness doesn't come before movement. It comes because of movement. Clarity comes when you start. Confidence comes when you try. Strength comes when you push through. Breakthrough comes when you stop waiting. And the moment you stop asking, when will something change for me? And start asking, what can I change today? Your entire life begins to shift. That's the truth. Nobody tells you soon enough. Your life won't change when conditions are perfect. Your life changes when you are tired of waiting. You know, there's a hidden price we pay for waiting. And most people don't even realize they're paying it until the bill shows up at the door. And the worst part, the cost is never money. It's time. It's potential. It's the pieces of yourself you quietly hand away because you're afraid to move. Waiting feels safe. Waiting feels reasonable. Waiting feels like the responsible thing to do. Let me think about it. Let me plan it well. Let me wait until I'm sure. But here's the bitter truth. Waiting gives you the illusion of control, while your life quietly drains behind the scenes. Every day you wait, an opportunity quietly walks past. Every hesitation, moment of doubt, becomes another reason you stay where you are, convincing yourself you still have time. Please be honest to yourself. What has waiting ever given you? The result is regret, anxiety, a heavy ache of knowing you could have done more. Hear this. Success does not come to the person who waits. It comes to the person who moves even when they are unsure, even when they are scared, even when they feel unqualified. Waiting is the quiet killer of dreams. Action is the birthplace of transformation. Think about it. How many ideas have you buried? How many times have you said, I'll start next week? How many months have passed while you've been preparing? Here's the painful truth, and I say this with all the love in my heart. Most people are not stuck. They are simply waiting for a perfect moment that does not exist. You're waiting for confidence, but confidence comes after you begin. You're waiting for clarity, but clarity reveals itself on the journey, not before it. You're waiting for support, but support arrives after people see your consistency. You're waiting for signs, but the sign is the desire you keep feeling every day. And if you ignore that desire long enough, it doesn't disappear. It turns into pain, into restlessness, into a quiet voice whispering, you know you were made for more. I want you to sit with this for a moment. What has your waiting already cost you? What doors have closed? What opportunities passed? What part of yourself grew smaller because you kept delaying? This is not to shame you. This is to wake you, to remind you that your life is happening right now. Not someday, not later. not when you figure it out. Right now, because waiting will always ask you to stay the same. Action will always push you to become more. And if you truly want to rise, to grow, to transform, you cannot afford the luxury of waiting anymore. There is a moment, a single quiet, almost invisible moment. It doesn't come with fanfare. It doesn't come with lights or applause. It doesn't come with a sign from the sky. It comes as a thought, a feeling, a whisper inside you that grows louder every day. I am done waiting. I am done wishing. I am done depending. That is the moment your life pivots. That is the moment you stop looking for heroes and start becoming your own hero. Because the truth is simple. No one else will rescue you. No one else will fight your battles. No one else will walk your path. The moment you decide to rise is also the moment you realize that the life you want does not come from magic. It comes from courage. It comes from consistency. It comes from putting one foot in front of the other. Think about the times you've been waiting for someone else to fix your problems. And meanwhile, life kept moving. The truth you refuse to face will stare at you every day. Nothing changes until you do. You will feel fear. You will feel doubt. You will feel the weight of all the days you wasted waiting. But that weight is proof that you're alive, proof that you care, proof that your life matters. And when you take that first step, something remarkable happens. Your mindset shifts, your energy changes, your habits begin to align with your purpose, your vision becomes clearer, and slowly, imperceptibly, at first, your life begins to change. Not because the world suddenly made things easy for you, not because anyone noticed you, not because a miracle landed in your lap, but because you decided to fight, because you decided to act, because you finally stopped waiting. So today, if nothing else resonates with you, yet hear this. Your life will not change until you change. Your breakthrough will not arrive until you begin. Your dreams will not manifest until you stop depending on someone else to make them real. This is your moment, the moment everything can shift. The moment your courage eclipses your fear, the moment your action outweighs your hesitation. And once that switch flips, once that inner decision is made, you step into a reality where you no longer need anyone else to save you. You become the hero of your own story. Self-responsibility. It's a heavy word. It's knowing your life is in your hands and your excuses no longer have a home. And that truth, it liberates some people and terrifies others. Because when you take responsibility, something shifts inside you. You stop pointing fingers. You stop blaming your childhood. You stop blaming the system. You stop blaming the economy. You stop blaming people who left, people who failed you, people who disappointed you. You come face to face with the one person whose decisions matter the most. Yourself. Responsibility is not punishment. It is freedom. Because when your life is truly yours, no one can control your destiny. No circumstance can trap you. No setback can imprison you. You don't sit in the dark waiting for someone to bring you light. You learn how to build your own fire. You don't sit beside closed doors hoping someone will open them. You learn how to build new doors, new rooms, and new paths. That is responsibility. It is not a burden. It is power. Honestly, there are days when the pressure becomes unbearable. Bills pile up. Responsibilities stack. Family expectations grow heavy. Opportunities look scarce. Life feels like it's tightening its grip around your throat. And that's when shortcuts begin to look attractive. Fast money, shady deals, dishonest opportunities, the nobody will know path. The justice one's decision. Pressure has a way of whispering lies. You need a way out, any way out. And here's the truth, many won't say. People don't always choose shortcuts because they're evil. They choose them because they're desperate, tired, embarrassed, afraid of failing again, afraid of looking slow while everyone else seems ahead. But shortcuts come with chains. They promise speed and steal your peace. They offer results and erase your self-respect. They give you an escape and then trap you in consequences you can't outrun. The path of integrity is slower, sometimes painfully slow. It feels like watching the world sprint while you crawl. It feels like choosing the long road when everyone else is making it overnight. But hear me deeply. The long road builds you. The shortcut breaks you. One gives you peace of mind. The other takes it. One grows you into the kind of person who can sustain success. The other gives you a moment you can't keep. One leads to fulfillment. The other to regret. Saving yourself is not about validation. It's not about applause. It's not about proving anything to anyone. Because the world, let's be honest, doesn't really care how you made it. They don't ask how much you cried, how scared you were, how many nights you doubted yourself. They don't ask how long your process took. They don't ask what you sacrificed. People celebrate success, not the journey. They clap when you win, not when you're fighting silently in the dark. So, if you're trying to save yourself for validation, you will get tired quickly. Because applause is inconsistent. Support is inconsistent. People's attention is inconsistent. But the reason you must save yourself is because this life is yours. Your peace is yours. Your dignity is yours. Your future is yours. Your self-respect is yours. You do it for you, not to impress the world, not to silence doubters, not to get approval. You do it because looking in the mirror and saying, I built this honestly, I earned this, is worth more than any praise the world can ever give. That is responsibility, the kind that reshapes your soul, the kind that makes you unstoppable. People start noticing, not because you're asking for attention, not because you're shouting about it, but because energy speaks louder than words. When you take responsibility for your life, when you push through even when you feel alone, when you choose the hard right path over the easy wrong one, something magnetic happens. Opportunities start appearing. Doors begin to open. People start treating you differently. Not because they owe you anything, not because they suddenly care about your struggles, but because you changed and the world responds to that. Now, self-made does not mean doing it alone. It means doing it even when everyone else isn't there. It means fighting your battles in the quiet, persisting when nobody applauds, and showing up when the pressure is unbearable. One thing you must know is that the people who succeed the most are rarely the ones who had the easiest path. They are the ones who took full ownership of their lives. They are the ones who refused shortcuts, refused to compromise integrity, refused to wait for someone else to make it happen. They are the ones who face the hard, lonely, unglamorous work and still choose to rise. Your life becomes different. Your mindset becomes different. Your confidence becomes unshakable. Your decisions carry weight. Your presence carries power. Because self-responsibility doesn't just change your actions. It changes how the world experiences you. People respect effort. People respect consistency. People respect integrity. And most importantly, you respect yourself. Hear me. The world doesn't owe you support. The world doesn't owe you recognition. The world doesn't owe you understanding. Because the reward is not in their approval. The reward is in your freedom, in your peace of mind, in your resilience, in the quiet satisfaction of knowing, I did this. I chose the hard way. I stayed true to myself. I rose. That is where greatness is born. Not in applause, not in shortcuts, not in external validation. Greatness is born in the discipline of rising, in the courage to face yourself, and in the relentless decision to save yourself. I need you to listen and take this seriously. If you want a life worth living, if you want success that lasts, if you want fulfillment that no one can take from you, you must stop waiting. You must stop blaming. You must stop hoping for validation. Stand up. Look in the mirror and say to yourself, I am the solution. I am my rescue team. I am my own superhero. I am my only way forward. Your actions will follow your words. Your mindset will shape your habits. Your habits will shape your destiny. This is your challenge. Rise. Take control. Work hard. Choose integrity. Stay consistent. Build. Grow. Become. Everything you need is already inside you. The courage, the focus, the discipline, the resilience. All you need is to claim it. So pick yourself up. Start now. Save yourself. Your future, your dreams, your peace of mind, they are waiting for the hero only you can be. If this message touched you, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on your notifications so you won't miss the next one. Feel free to share this with someone who needs the reminder too. It might be the push they've been waiting for. I'll see you in my next video.